Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. And yeah, I'm interested by this puzzle. I just read the rules. I can't believe this grid. I can't believe this is a solvable, unique Sudoku. Simon tells me, well, I've seen that we've had a lot of recommendations of this, including from Christoph Seeliger and others. And it's by Lizzie01. We've featured Lizzie on the channel before. Her puzzles are rock hard sometimes, so I'm a bit surprised and terrified that Simon somehow thinks this might suit me better. I have no idea why. He probably hasn't any idea why, but I'm looking forward to having a go at it, although I have set aside some time, hopefully. So in case it's as hard as I fear, we shall see, I guess, about that. Now, we'll get to that in a moment. Don't forget all our stuff on Patreon. Our apps, they're all available on the links under the video, along with Sven's SUDOKU PAD, how to get to the Discord site, all of that good stuff. So check it out if you're new to the channel. And do, if you're not new to the channel, or indeed if you are and you fancy a challenge, have a go at this puzzle. I'm going to describe the rules now. Normal Sudoku rules apply, that's fine, we understand those. Clues outside the grid equal the xth digit in their row or column seen from the side of the grid, with x being the first digit in their row or column seen from the side of the clue. Hang on. Clues outside the grid, yes, I do understand this, equal the xth digit in their row or column seen from the side of the clue, with x being the first digit in their row or column seen from the side of the clue. So if this is a 6 here, this one clue means that 1 is the 6th digit from this side. So as you go along here, it'll be in the 6th cell, that'll be a 1. That's what this clue 1 means. If that was a 7, we would get 1 there instead. And the reason it just doesn't look solvable to me is that is so little information, and you know, this number could be anything from 2 to 9 as far as I can see, or 1 in that case. I mean, okay. I guess we're going to find out, hopefully, as we go along, how this is solvable, but it's a shock to me. It's called Numbered Rooms. I don't know if we've ever done one of this rule set before. I doubt it, rather. Numbered Rooms Sudoku 2. So Lizzie's obviously made another one as well. But anyway, do give it a go. I'm going to start now, if I can. Let's get cracking. And I don't have a Scooby where to begin. Oh, okay, right. I've thought of something. This may be useless. This row has 7s at both ends. Okay, I also notice, just before I get onto that there's a lot of 5s looking downwards, a lot of 8s looking up in the even numbered columns. So that must be relevant in some way. But first of all, this issue of these 7s. Now, 7 must appear somewhere in the row, say there. And then this would be a 4 and that would be a 6. And I think wherever 7 appears, these two cells at the end have to add up to 10. And I mean, I don't know that that enables me to do anything. I guess they can't be 1s. So it's not a 1-9 pair. It's not a 7-3 pair either, because neither of these actual end digits can be a 7. If you put a 7 there, it implies that 7 is the 7th digit and appears there, which it can't do by Sudoku. So it's not a 7-3 pair. It's not a 1-9 pair, because if you put a 1 there or there, 7 would have to appear in the same cell as the 1. So it's actually, okay, we've got something. It's an even pair. It's either a 2-8, in which case 7 appears there or there, or it's a 4-6, in which case 7 appears there or there. And in each case, well, so 7, I'm going to just sort of try and pencil mark this across the row. 7 is in one of those cells as a result. And look what that does to 5. That means that 5 is in the 7th cell somewhere in these columns. So, 5 is in one of these cells in row 7. Which is a weird dichotomy. I guess in column 1, column 1 and row 1 share a clue, which is, well, they share an X for their clues. They both have a clue, that's what I was trying to say, and they share the X. So in column 1, the 3 is either in cell 2, 4, 6 or 8. And I don't think that really helps, but I might as well mark it since I've spotted it. I mean, I don't know what on earth we can do. I thought this might mean something, having made one conclusion, but no. Now, some of these odd-numbered columns have, all of them have 9 in. Right, 9... Yeah, if there's a 9 in a column, be it up or down, then I think that means that 9 can't be in the perimeter cell. So if you had a 9 there, what would it mean? I have to struggle with what this rule means. It would mean that a 9 appeared in the 9th cell there, and obviously it couldn't be there. And could you have a 9 in the 9th cell? No, because you'd have to be told it appeared in the 9th cell by a 9 there. Right, so 9 doesn't appear in any of these cells. Now this might help in the bottom row where there is a 9 clue. I'm not sure it helps in the top row at all. How does it help in the bottom row? 9 can't be in those cells. So and it can't be in these cells either for the same reason. A 9 at the end would need a 9 clue at the beginning. A 9 at the beginning would imply a 9 at the end. Right, so 9 appears in one of those cells and its clue, its X, is either 2, 4, 6 or 8 again. Now, I don't think that's forming a pair necessarily, but it's interesting. Oh, and 9 in one of these cells, of course, they're all the cells with 8 in the column. So that means that 8 appears in the 9th cell. So one of these is an 8. Aha! And that means that this is a 4-6 pair, because it can't be 2-8 anymore. So this pencil marking style has paid off big time. And a 4-6 pair means that 7 definitely appears in one of those cells and not in these, so they don't have 7s anymore. And that means that these don't have 5s anymore, because they were implying that 5 appears in the 7th row. And now we have a 5 pair there and a 7 pair there, and much good may it do us. What does that mean? And the trouble is, I've used loads of the clues that are given. I thought at least there are quite a few clues given outside the grid, but if the 8s and 5s are only contributing this information, it's not really a lot. No, hang on. We've put 8s in all of these positions, and that means that for one of these 5s, 5 appears in the 5th row. So 5 is in one of those positions. So these clues at the top mean that 5 appears in one of those positions and 5 appears in one of those positions. Yes, okay. This has become 4 or 6. So 3 is confined to one of these two. Those put 7 in one position there. Okay, well, this was available at the start and I've just worked it out. Where does 1 go in the top row? And there is only one answer. And that is because what we've discovered is that except for a clue that actually is 1, well, okay, let me put it another way. Anywhere that you had a 1 at the start of a row or column, its clue would have to be 1. Because that would be saying that whatever clue number is appears in cell 1. And that's 1. So all of these have down clues that aren't 1, so they can't be 1. This has an across clue that isn't 1, so that can't be 1. So 1 in the top row is there, and that means this single 1 clue is not 1. I mean, I suppose it also means one, this can't be a 2 or a 3 because 1 now can't be in those positions, but it can still be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9, and I'm not going to pencil mark that. Ah, this 5, what does that mean? I don't know. Doesn't it mean that... I don't know. I mean, if this was an X-Wing, I could work out that this wasn't a 4 or a 6. I mean, this is the... And I can't, because it's not an X-Wing, because those are possible 5s. But that's the level of lack of information that we've got here. What on earth can we do? I suppose this cell can't be 1 or 9. Once you get a clue that is not 1, the first cell can't be 1. Oh, so 1 in the bottom row is in one of these 2 cells. Because all of the others have clues, either across or up. And what else? You can't have 9 ever. Unless... No, you must be able to have 9. That's nonsense. Ah, okay, in the top row, you can't have 9. You can't have 9 in a column which starts with 9. That's when you can't have 9. So maybe you can't have a number in a column that starts with its own number unless it's 1. That's the conclusion. I think that's right. Where you get a clue of 7, you could never start with 7. And that applies to all the numbers except 1. Right. But 9 can't be in these cells. We know it's not in those. So 9 also ends up in these cells with a 5. And that means that in row 9, we get a 5 somewhere in one of those. So there's a 5 in one of these cells. We're getting an interesting pattern on 5s now. Oh, and a 5 in one of these cells refers to the 8. It means there is an 8 in one of the row 5s for those columns, because row 5 is the same whether you look up or down. So there's an 8 in one of those cells. Ah, so this isn't some kind of enormous jellyfish, is it? 5, 7, 8 and 9? I don't think it is. Let's try and not look too far ahead. No, don't know. What have we got going on still? Can't use this clue, which describes where to put 4. 7 we've got confined. This decides where to put 3, but it can't be 3, but there's a lot of possibilities. It couldn't have been 3 from the start. 9 is in one of those, but I don't even get a complementary clue. Okay. No, I was thinking maybe I know something about 3. No, I don't. Don't know anything. These 9s up here. So, oh, okay. Well, hang on a sec. We've worked out that 7 is confined to those cells. 8 and 9 are confined to those. 1 is there, and that's a 4, 6 pair. These must come from 2, 3, or 5. And that puts 9 in their columns in one of these places. Now, what do we know about that? Well, absolutely nothing. Oh, no, hang on. Where's 5 in this row? 5, like all the other numbers, can't be in a column beginning with its own number. So 5 is definitely in one of these 2. Therefore, one of these is definitely a 9. Yeah, 9 could be there with a 2 or a 3. If that was a 3, though, this would be a 9, and that is not allowed to be a 9. Oh, hang on. Now I'm questioning why have I not allowed this to be a 9. Oh, that's because... Why did I decide that 9 is not in this cell? Because it's up here, yes, so that isn't a 9. Right, so that can't be a 3 because of this clue at the bottom, which would say that if there was a 3 there, there would be a 9 here, but the clue at the top doesn't allow it. So that's not a 3, that's not a 9. Now, can I make this not a 2, so it is a 5? Which would give me a second number in the grid, finally. If that was a 2, this would have to be 5, because one of those two is a 5. So you'd get 9 there and there. That looks fine. Bother. Five is... The 7 that must be in one of these cells says there's a 5. Oh! No, the 7 that's in one of these cells says there's a 5 in one of these. Oh, there's a 5 in one of those, so there's no 5 in these. Right. So one of these is a genuine 5, definitely is a 5 in this row. And that means that 8 in the middle row is now there or there. Oh, the drilling starts. That's not going to help me. Now, I think... What does that mean? What did I just say? I said the 8 in the middle row is on the outside, isn't it? Because 5 must be in one of these two cells. So the 8 must be on the outside. Right. So if 8 can't be here... No, sorry. If 5 can't be here... Yeah, that has taken 8 out of these cells. Gosh, I have to keep on working out what the rule means all the time. It's so annoying. So 5's in one of these cells. 8 can still be anywhere at the top, given that 9 can be, well, in any of the even-numbered columns. Given that 9 can be in any of the even-numbered columns down here, that's still fine. 5 is in one of these cells, definitely. But then, in this row, how have these been projected here? They're from 7. Oh! They're from... No, they're not from 7. These 7s are giving the 5s. Why have I put 5s in these cells? I can't even work it out now. How can they be 5s? What have I done here? These could only be a 5 if... I think I'm talking nonsense here. Why have I put 5s in these cells? How can they possibly be 5s? They can't be, because they would require... Well, no, they wouldn't require a 5 to be in these cells, but... How? I can't even remember now. How have I decided there are 5s here? That's the 5th row. These 5s determine that 8 is in one of those two cells. That's what they're doing. The 9s down here determine that 8 is in one of these cells. Now up here we've got an 8 in one of those cells that says that 5 is in the 8th cell. So I've put these 5s in the wrong row. Okay. 5s are... Oh, okay. Well, 5s are down in one of these two cells. They can't be here or here because we know that 5 in this box is restricted there. So there's a 5 there or there, but there's also a 5 here or here. This is actually an 8-9 pair. If 5s are restricted to these places. I think this is right. Hang on. If 5... Yes, these can't be 8. That's the point about 5 not being able to appear here. 8 can no longer be in those cells. And 9 can't be in those cells either because 5 can't be there because it's definitely in one of those. So this is an 8-9 pair. That is right. And 5 is a little X-wing down here. And now that these can't be 9, because 8 can't appear here anymore, we've just determined. So 9 is out of those. So this is a 5-9 pair. One of them must be a 5 based on the X-wing. One of them must be a 9 because we've just ruled out 9 from those cells. So it's like there's an X-wing on 5s, there's an X-wing on 9s in these columns, and there's an X-wing on 8s. Wow, this puzzle is madness. It's extraordinary. What is going on? So if 5, 9 have come out of this row, what's the next? Oh, so this 9 has become either 2 or 8. It's not 4 or 6 because 9's not in there. 1 is confined to these cells. Now what? Fives in one of the... So at the top, we've now got an 8-9 pair, a 4-6 pair, and a 1. Everything else is 2, 3, 5, or 7, but these cells can't have a 5 in. So the 5s in these columns are either in row 7 or rows 2 or 3. Now that's quite exciting. One of these cells now has to be a 5. I don't know whether it's in column 4 or column 6, and I don't care because I know that they mean this is a 2. And that puts a 9 here, and I'm getting actual numbers in the grid. And it looks like this has become a 3-7 pair, so this is a 5, and that gives me a 9 in the grid there. I can take out those 9 options and that one. Wow. I mean, this is mind-blowing, the way this works. So there's a 5 there. There's a 5 in the X-wing down here. So one of these 3 is a 5. If there was a 5 here, that would mean that 4 was in that cell, the 5th cell. That's possible, annoyingly. So one of these is now a 3. They're not 2s anymore. So the 5s, that's another X-wing of 5s. Good God. So there's a 5 somewhere here and somewhere here. Now that can't be a 5 because it would imply that 5 was in 5th position. If this was if this was a 5, that would be a 2. If that was a 5, this would be a 3. So that is 2 or 3. Okay, that's interesting. And then it stops. Just taking out the pencil mark because it doesn't really seem necessary for 7s. Now let's have a look along the bottom because I've done a lot at the top, I feel. I don't know though. Right, where 8 in these two go in rows 5 and 9. So where does 8 in these two go? Well, not in row 5 or 9 or 1 or 8. So I think they're from 2, 3, 4, 6 and 7. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I've got too many cells highlighted. Just down here, 8 is in 2, 3, 4, 6 or 7. And they would be 2, 3, 4, 6 or 7. That's quite a lot of possibilities. It's so hard to see what any clues here are doing. Oh, that can't be a 2 because you can't have 5 in this column because of the X-wing thing. Aha. So that's a 3. Okay. And 5 in the row is there. Well, that gives me a couple of digits. And look, 3 in this column means that can't be a 3. Where is 3 in the row? Is that 3 there would put 9 here. 3 there would put 8 here. 3 there is impossible. 3 there would put 8 here. 3 is oh no, it's perfectly possible here. Okay, I thought that was an interesting question. I was completely wrong. This can't be... it can't be 8 now because that cell has been filled. So where does 8 go in the row? 8 can never go in these 8 columns. 8 can't go there because row 9 has been filled. 8 would put a 3 there. Row 8 has been filled. It can't go there. It can obviously go here. And I can't see why it can't go in either of the cells without upward clues. So that was a wild goose chase. Three in this column. This can't be a 1, a 3, a 9, a 2, or a 5. So it's 4, 6, 7, or 8. Not 8 either, because that would put 3 here. So it's 4, 6, or 7, putting 3 in one of those positions in the central column. The 9 here could be 2, 3, 4, 6, or 7. Can't be 5 again. This also can't be, well, we know it can't be 5 because there's a 5, 9 pair. Bother. This doesn't have a clue, of course, so it's so unhelpful. I wish I knew what this 8, 9 pair was, which way round they were. What about this? Where does 1 go? It now can't be 1, 3, or 5, obviously, they're in the box. And it can't be 2. So am I left with all of 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9? I am. Bother. Oh, well, there's a 5 here and a 5 there, so we can pencil mark a 5 down these cells, but that's a fairly useless set of triples in the middle box. And I've still got 2 X-wings on 5s. So even though 5 feels the digit I know the most about, I still know virtually nothing about it. That's how I feel about 5. Now, have I missed some implication? This 3 and 7, no, that's resolving this 5s. This 8 and 9 is putting 5 in one of those positions. 4 and 6 across the top is ensuring that whichever one of 7 is there is treated fairly. 3 there puts a 3 in one of those. This could be anything. 2 or 8 there because 9's in one of these cells. I suppose the X-wing on 9's means 9 can't be in those cells and it can't be in those. So it's in a corner here. Doesn't seem to do anything. Where does 8 go in these positions? Right, 5 and 9. So that's putting it in one of those X-wing shapes. Then the others here are from 2, 3, 4, 6 and 7. Now that's, trouble is that's straddling 3 boxes of possible 8 positions. Wow, how on earth do you get on with this puzzle? I didn't get the idea from Christoph that it had taken him forever, but it just doesn't seem easy to me. If that's a 9, you get 9 there, then this would have to be a 9, that would be a 9. Can't really tell much else about 9s. That doesn't make this one clue impossible or anything, does it? Oh, is that right? Ah, just as up here, I discovered that 4, 6, these two cells have to add up to 10 because the end pieces of the row are the same. I think it's also true that if those two cells on the end of a row, or indeed a column, do add up to 10, you have to have the same clue both ends, if you had a clue both ends. And I think that might mean that we can't have a 3-7 pair. If this was 3 or 7, that would put 8 either there or there. And if it was 3, 8 would be there. And this would be, yeah, this would be saying that 5 was in this cell. But this down here is saying that 8 is in the cell. So this cannot add up to 10 with that one. So I think in both these cases, we can't have a 3 or a 7 there. It also means we can't have an 8 here, but we don't. Or a 9 here, or a 5 here. That's useless, right. But still, these have now come down to 2, 4, or 6. So 8 must go. Ah, that is down to 2 boxes. So those are the possible positions for 8 in their columns. And one of those can be in this box, but one of them must be in this row. So that is now a 5-8 pair, which is very surprising. Okay, that's going to put 9 in this box in one of those two cells, which is unexpected as well. 2. Oh no, I've got this wrong. I've got this wrong. Because I've read this as 3, 4, 6 when it's actually 2, 4, 6. So we'll go back to there. Now I said 8 is in these places, and that's wrong. 8 is not there. I mean, the same principle is going to apply. 8's in one of those, in 2, 4, or 6. That's right. So, oh, but then we don't get this 5-8 pair that I was after. Ah, curses. Oh, but we get an X-wing on 8s in these boxes. The 8s in columns 4 and 6 are in boxes 5 and 8. So the 8 in the middle column is suddenly here. Wow, okay, so 3 is now in 4 or 6, so that's 4 or 6, and this is a triple. 2, 4, 6 triple, that makes this an 8. That places our 9. Now we're going to unwind those X-wings. We get a 5 there. This isn't a 5, that is a 5. The 9 is saying that 8 goes here. That puts a 9 here, and that's saying that 5 goes here, which we've just done. But this can't be an 8. The 5 down here is saying that 8 goes there. And that does unwind that X-wing. Wow, I mean, this is weird. Now, this 2, 4, 6 triple is also acting here. So now 9 has to go in either position 3 or position 7, and we've just found it's not in position 3. So that's a 7, and this is a 9. I'm flying. I'm officially declaring I'm flying. I could do 1 and 3 in the bottom row as well because of that 3. Wow. Now, this can't be 1, 5, 8, 3 or 9. So it's 2, 4, 6 or 7, which puts 1 there, 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 or there. Well, it's not in there because there's a 1 in the box. So it's not 2. It's 4, 6 or 7. But hang on, there's an interaction with this one, isn't there? If you have... Yeah, there's something going on here. There's definitely something going on here. Bet it's deliberate. If that's a 4, you get 7 here. That means you get 3 there and 5 there. But this is meant to be 6 then. Okay, what I'm saying is, if this was 4 or 6, it's the opposite to this one. So they're putting a 7 and a 1 in opposite corners, one way or the other. And that's a problem because that puts 3 in the same column as 1. And it cannot be there because this 3 is saying 5 is in that space. So you can't have a 1 there too. So that weirdly is not 4 or 6. That is a 7. And that puts 1 here and not in these cells. Wow. I mean, that is incredible setting. So there's a 1 in one of those two. 7, 7. There's a 7 somewhere there. It hasn't told me which of these is 3 or 7, which is very annoying. But these are from 2, 4, 6. Now my favourite triple, because of that being so helpful. Now I've almost certainly missed something that this is giving me. So let's go through all the blinking clues. Actually, I'm going to colour the sides of the grid that have got clues that are fully fulfilled. So this clue is saying that 9, the 9th row has a 5 in, and we've done that. So orange. This is saying the 5th row has a 9 in. This is saying either the 3rd or the 7th has a 5 in. We haven't done that. This is saying the 2nd has a 9 in. Yes. This is saying the 8th has a 5 in. Yes. This is saying the 3rd has a 5 in. This is saying the 7th has a 1 in. This is saying the 9th has an 8 in. This is saying the 7th has a 9 in. Now we've got this 2, 4, 6 triple. 4 or 6 is putting a 3 in one of those positions. Ooh, that gives me a thought. This is done. We know there's an 8 in the 5th row. This is done. So that's leaving, well, the 7 clues at the top. And then this 4 and this 3, which I haven't looked at all, really. And then I've got columns 4 and 6 to sort out. And this 3 now. 3 in one of those positions. And 3 in one of those positions, and that's an X-wing. So that's using up the 3s for rows 4 and 6. So the 3 in row 5 is in one of these two. And is that all? I can't actually deal with it. Sorry, I don't mean I'm stressing out. I mean, I thought I could resolve where the 3 goes. Right, 9 is in one of these two, just by Sudoku. Oh, Sudoku. 8, 8. We get an 8 there. Good old Sudoku. When doing a Sudoku puzzle, never forget to do a little bit of Sudoku every now and then. Useful expert tip. Now, this. So this could be a 3, and otherwise that's a 3. If it's a 3... that means that 4 is there. If it's a 5, that means that 4 is there. Now that would be a triple. That would make that 4, that 3, and that 5. This would become 6. And that is not where 3 would be. Aha! So, this is... oh, hang on. All I worked out there was that this is not 5. I didn't work out that it was 3. Bother. Okay, not to worry. 2, 4, 6. These are from 1, 3, and 7. Actually, no, they're not from 3. Neither of them can be 3 because 3's up there. So 2, 9, 8, 3 and 5... all ruled out, and 4 and 6, that's a 1, 7 pair. So these cells are from 3, 4, 5 and 6. This middle one I've said can't be 3 because I've got it X-wing. What can I do with a 1-7 pair? Don't know. I've got a 7 in one of those cells as well. And a 1. Got a 9 in one of these two. Just this ordinary Sudoku, looking up and down at the numbers that I have now got a few numbers in cells, so that helps find others a little. 3 is ruled out of those two. Now if 3 was there, that would be 8, and it can't be. So 3 is not there either. So 3 is in one of these two cells. And that's placed 3 in box 6 there, with a 1-7 pair around it. This is, trying to do my James Bond apparently. It's a 1-7 pair. That is 2, 4 or 6. Now, what is this? Where is 3? Can it be there? This would be a 7, which would force a 7 into that cell. I think it can. Rats. So 3, 1, 7, 5 and 9 are there. The even digits are all, or rather these 3 cells are all even digits. These two are 3 and an even. Those are both even. I don't think this is a parity puzzle at all, but it's just helpful to kind of get a fix on where things can be. Now 3 in like this X-wing is really weird actually. Because if you had 3s there and there, here you'd get a 6 and there you'd get a 6. The alternative is 3s there and there, in which case here is a 4 and there is a 4. So these two cells are the same colour. Now if there are 4, where is 3 going? There and there. But the 4 means that this is a 7, so that's a 3 as well. And then there'll be a 3 in one of these cells. That'll be a 3. Oh, actually, this is a 3. Because there's a 3 in one of those cells, so no 3 here. And there's a 3 there. So in box 1, I've got 3 done. Which, I mean, it's really pointless doing that sort of little number. But on the other hand, it cheers me up immeasurably that I can actually put something in at all. This puzzle is rock hard in my view. 5, 8, 1, 9, 3, but still progress has been made. Let's nil desperandum. Nil carborundum. Let's find something else. This cell. What can it be? Can't be 8, 5 or 3 because they're used in the box. These can't be 3, so it's not a 9. It's not a 9. Because that can't be a 3. That's good. So this is a 9. Because we had a little pair. So this is now a 5, 9 pair. And this is an 8, 3 pair. And that's going to place 3 here. 8, 3 pair. Stop mistyping, fingers. So that's not a 3. That's a 3. And that's going to place 8. And also it's going to give me this number, which is now a 7. And that's going to sort out 1, 7. And I'm getting, frankly, completely unnecessarily excited now. I get a 1 in this box. Got this 2, 4, 6 triple that I like so much appearing everywhere now. 7 in box 1. Another 2, 4, 6 triple in column 1. This is now a 1, 3, 5 triple. But this cannot be a 5 and it can't possibly be a 1. So that's a 3 and that places 4 for us. Which removes 1 of the 8. It takes 4 out of that triple. So that's a 3, 5, 6 triple and that can't be 3. We know where 3 is. And that's given us these purple cells. They are 4s. So that's a 6. We know where 7 is now. In the top row, it's there. So that's fixed the 3, 8 pair. The 7, I don't know. What this is saying that in the 7th column we get a 5. That fixes 5 in box 2. Yet again, a 2, 4, 6 triple. Oh no, a 2, 6 pair in row 3, so that's 4. Oh, this is a 2. I finished box 3. Hurrah! And box 1. And row 3. This is a 1, 4 pair now. Wow, stuff is happening. Oh, in fact, I've got a 4 there, so I've finished all of rows 1, 2, and 3. These can't be 4s, and in fact, this has become a 2, and now these clues must be useful. And it's gone wrong. Oh no. I've got 8s in entirely the wrong places. When did it start going wrong? Oh, this is just going to make me weep. I really don't want to lose this puzzle now. So, I got that 3. How did I get that? Let's go back all the way. Right, here I said this couldn't be 5, which we determined earlier somehow. We determined that because if it was a 5, there'd be a 4 here, and that would be a 6, which would also put a 3 there. So it's not a 5. It can't be a 1, because that means put a 4 in the first column. So it is a 3, and that does put a 4 here. And now these are a 1, 5 pair. Let's take out the corner marks. That's right. Now these don't have a 4 in. They're 3, 5, 6. This becomes a 4. And actually, yeah, that's fine because 3 can't be here. That must be right. Why is this going to go wrong? This is going to be so upsetting. With that 3 here, this has become a 4. That's become a 6. Both of those put a 7 here and a 3 here. Now that says 5 is in the 3rd row. This says 5 is in the 7th row, and that works all right. These can't have 4s in. One of them is saying 8 is in the 2nd row, and one of them is saying 8's in the 6th row. Well, that's not here. So that cannot be 8 anymore. 8 is in the 6th row from one of them. It's there. That's a 6. That's a 2. That's a 3. That's an 8. Why is this going to go wrong? It's just going to make me cry again. 4, 1, 6. And look, it has gone wrong because there's nowhere to put a... Why have I got 2 5s? Why did I write a 5 in this cell? 7, 2, 3, 8, 9, 5, 4 was what I was trying to write. 1, 6. And this is a problem because I want to put a 3 in this column. And I've ended up putting 2 3s in column 6 already because I've got an 8 and a 3. Oh, this is so depressing. But this can't be a 6 once that's a 4. If that's a 6, that's 2, 8 and 3. How has this gone wrong? I don't understand, people. Let's go back to just before that 3, 1, 5 triple then. Why did I think that was a 3, 1, 5 triple? Because I put in 7 here when I got the 3 there. That came about because I got this 5, 9 and 3, 8 pair. still feel like that's right. 5, 9 there, 3, 8 there. Surely that makes this a 3. It does. Definitely does. Three in the 7th column. That's right. That fixes 1, 7. 1 is placed there. 7 is resolved there. Get the 2, 4, 6 triple, and this has to be a 1, 3, 5 triple. That has to be right. Well, how can this? This can't be a 5. That means put a 4 in the 5th column, and then there's nowhere for 3 in the X-wing. So it has to be a 3. There we go. That's what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. It means put a... It doesn't mean put a 4 in the 4th column. It means put a 4 in the 3rd column. You numpty. Right, 4 there. Okay, I think we're alive now. Let's see. Because I feel this is right so far. I really got that feeling. 3, so this is a 1, 5 pair. Let's take out the pencil marks. Right, this is a 2, 6. Now, this is not the 3 anymore. That's still definitely true. This is the 3. And that gives us these 4. Well, let's do it one at a time. That gives us a 4 here. This 3 has given us a 4 here. That gives us a 6 there. It places 7 here. It does. How can I think that that clue was giving me a 4? Anyway, never mind. Never mind, Mark. Calm down. Right. 7, 2, 3, 9, 8. 1, 5. What have we got going on? We've got no 4 in those cells. This is now a 5, 6 pair. Now, we don't, okay, so this hasn't taken 8 out of here as a possibility. That's good. That is what we needed not to happen this time. Now, I've done all the clues, I think. Oh, no, look, I've got a 3 here, putting a 5 there. 7 here, putting a 5 there. 9, okay, I'm going to do the housekeeping. I've used that and that now, so they can change colour. Let's get rid of the purple there, we don't need it. I've used this and this in the across, and in the down I've used it too. In the across I've used that correctly, finally. I've used that to put the 3 in column 7. I have not used, I've used that. So it's just these last 2 clues which give this 8 X-wing, which I'm going to resolve any moment now. So, I'm still alive, still breathing here. That is 4 or 6, certainly not 5. Okay, come on. Something is going to help me finish. So I've used those clues. I've got these 5s in. So that's not a 4. That is 2 or 6. Oh, and there's a 2, 4 pair looking at it. Yes. 6, 2, 6. This is a 2, 4 pair. 6 and 8 are definitely used here. So in one of these columns, oh look, sorry, no, 3 is saying 8 and 3. That 8, 8 and 3. That 8 is saying this is a 2 and that is a 6. And I can colour those as I put in the 8 in the 6th row, which is there. Where previously I thought it couldn't be because I was a moron with that 3. So we get an 8 here, and 8s are going to be finished in the grid now. There they are. 3s are finished already. Am I disambiguated? Yes, that's a 4. So that's going to do these last rows in the top. We get 2 and 6. A 1 and a 6 here, they are done. Top 3 rows now done correctly this time. 2 and 9, they fit in. Column 4 works, hurrah. What have we got? 1, 4, 7 here. We'll do those in a minute. And 1, 5, no, not necessarily 1, 5, 9. We've got a 9 definitely here. Last one in the grid. 4 or 5, 2, 4 or 5. So We've used all the clues, so the rest is Sudoku. 7 is looking at that cell. Now 1 and 7 are looking at that one. So that's all the 1, 4, 7's done. 5 and 1 there. This can't be 4. This is not a deadly pattern. I won't have it. This can't be 4. This can't be 2. Something, yes, this row, that's a 2 and that's a 6. Good. 2, 6, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, and a finish. What a brilliant puzzle. I mean, everything that people said is right. That is, it's extraordinary that that can give a solution, that it has so many interesting deductions, bits that flip back on themselves, the way that those 5s and 8s interacted at the beginning, and then these sort of 8, 9, 5 X-wings, they were just amazing. It was a form of madness. Well, it was a form of madness that meant that by the time I got to this clue, I thought that putting a 3 there gave me a 4 there. I don't know what. Somehow I'm thinking put a 4 in the 4th column in my brain, my stupid brain. But anyway, got there in the end. Well done, Lizzie. That is brilliant. Sorry I didn't give it the solve it deserved, but it was absolutely fascinating all the way through. Thank you so much for watching on the channel as always, and very much hope to see you soon again. Bye for now.